Right, so the question here that we have is to solve 1 over x plus 2 over 2x minus 1 equals half. So the first thing that we're going to do is find the lowest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple for this equation is just going to be x plus 2 and 2x minus 1 together. Okay, so x plus 2 and 2x minus 1. And now we have plus because we have plus here. Now, to get this side of the equation, we're going to cross multiply 1 by 2x minus 1. Anything times 1 is just going to be 2x minus 1. And to get this side of the equation, we're going to cross multiply 2 by x plus 2. So we're going to do 2 times x plus 2. And then we keep the equals half. Now, if we expand, okay, well, we can't expand 2x minus 1. That stays the same. If we expand this, 2 times x is 2x. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Over, if we expand the bottom, x times 2x is 2x squared, x times minus 1 is minus x, and then 2 times 2x is 4x, and then 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, and that is equals to half. Now if we simplify the top and bottom, 2x plus 2x is 4x, and then minus 1 plus 4 is plus 3. Over, 2x squared stays the same, and then minus x plus 4x is 3x, and then minus 2, and that is equals to half. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cross multiply, right? So cross multiplying means we're going to do 1 times all of this, and then we're going to do 2 times all of that. So 1 times 2x squared, 1 times anything is going to be the same, so this is just going to stay the same. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 is equals to, if we're going to do 2 times all of this, we're going to do 2 bracket times 4x plus 3. So we can keep 2x squared plus 3x minus 2, and then if we expand this, 2 times 4x is 8x, and then 2 times 3 is 6. Bring everything to the left hand side to get your quadratic. So you get 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 minus 8x minus 6 equals 0. And if we simplify this, we're going to get 2x squared, 3x minus 8x is minus 5x, and then minus 2 minus 6 is minus 8 equals 0. Okay, so the equation that we have now here, if I write it here, is, let me use another color pen, is we have 2x squared minus 5x. Actually no, because that was a question, orange, so let's use blue in this case. So we have 2x squared minus 5x minus 8 equals 0. Okay, now we need to solve this equation. So again, we can use completing the square quadratic formula. In this case, since people might struggle with completing the square, I'm just going to use the quadratic formula very simply. So your a value is basically the number before x squared, which is 2. Your b value is going to be the number before x, which is minus 5. Careful, not 5. And then c value is your constant number, minus 8. So the quadratic formula, if you've forgotten, it's basically minus b plus and minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This is a formula that you guys need to remember. Yes, it's not going to come up in the exam paper. This is in the formula sheet anymore, so you need to remember this. So if we put these values inside this formula, minus 5 into minus b becomes positive 5 because two negatives cancel to become plus. So this is plus and minus. B squared is basically minus 5 squared minus bracket, open this a bit more, 4 times your a value, which in this case is 2, times your c value, which in this case is minus 8, over 2a, which is 2 times 2, 4. Now if we were to simplify this, 5 stays the same, plus and minus. Square root minus 5 squared is just going to be 25 minus, so 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times minus 8 is minus 64. Okay, and that's over 4. So now this will give us x is equals to 5 plus and minus square root. Now minus times minus becomes plus. So what you're essentially doing now is you're adding 25 and 64, which gives you 89 over 4. Okay, so your two answers that you're going to have in this one is going to be x is equals to 5 plus square root 89. Whoops, what did I put 84? Plus square root 89 over 4. Okay, so that's 5 plus square root 89 over 4. So if you put that in your calculator and then divide that by 4. That should give you, okay, let's do 3SF again, 3.61. That's your first answer. And then the other one, what we're going to do is 5 minus square root 89. So 5 minus square root 89, and then we're going to divide that by 4. And if we're doing that to 3SF again, that should give us minus 1.11 to 3SF. Okay, so that's the answer for this one. And if you've got this, well done. If you haven't, again, check. In this case, it's very easy to make silly mistakes because there's quite a lot of steps here. So just kind of look over through where you went wrong and see if you can spot it. If you still can't, just put it down in the comments and I can help you out. Not a problem at all. And that's pretty much wraps up this tutorial for this series, really. If now, I know I've only put one question here and I put one example and one question. If you want me to give you more questions or do a bit more examples, put it down in the comments and I can do that. But this is just, this is as hard as it will get. Potentially could be a bit harder where you have another number here except 1. I could do that if you want another example as well for that when it gets a bit more advanced. That's up to you. If you guys want me to do that tutorial, just put it down in the comments and I can do that for you, not a problem. And until then, I shall see you on the next one.